Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long, I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things pull out the VIP.
As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening, but all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here. On defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Jackson, option right. And whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Here we go. Set. 18 data. 18 data. Check back. Check back. Check. 81. Check hot. Hot. Hot.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly. Yeah,
usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. And a throw right sideline is complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jackson, option right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Check 31, check 31.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
That's what I'm talking about.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And an alley to run. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Play action. Now Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Let's go now. Get the flag. Ricky, ball shot.
Now Jackson on first down. This is Jennings. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards, the final tally. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 33.
Hey, check motion man. Put your hands on him. Get hands on that shot. 12 the mark.
Jackson, option right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
On 2nd and very short, Jackson. His throw caught right around the 6. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 2nd and goal, here's an option play left. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Let's go. Now the wood. My 10. I'm coming out here. 10's the mic. 10's the mic. Rip left.
From the gun, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. On the carry, it's Cook. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Vikings 14, Packers 3.
Come on, set. Come on, get team on it. Get team on it. Watch 54. Get your swerve on.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Check three, check three, check three. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Jim. Hey, check 24. Check 24. It's a safety crease.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Oh. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On third down, Swift. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Second and 9 now. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Jackson, option right. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Going left side, it's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Show some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Off the play fake, here's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll pull it down. Room to run past midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. That's caught by Jennings. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer 1st down. Jackson now, 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Jackson on 1st down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Jackson from the shotgun. And now he'll tuck it and run. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down now, Swift. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now? And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Lamar Jackson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers have taken the lead.
That's a tough one there defensively because look at the stops they got on first and second down, and it's first and second and goal. And then on third down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Stop your wide.
Cook. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Coleman. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. They will run again with Coleman. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Keep playing.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but will create space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tevin Coleman. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Packers 17.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here at half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift got some room at the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
That's where having a mobile quarterback really pays dividends, because that old school stand in the pocket, make your throw guy, he doesn't make that play.
In addition to the mobility, how about his eyes? Just kept them downfield, locked on the target, created a big play out of it.
Didn't matter the chaos around him. He still found his guy.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 20.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Jackson. And Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead now up to 14. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Mike 12. Watch the slant.
To throw is Jackson. Looking deep for Gabriel. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. On first down, Coleman. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They'll look to throw here. Man open, it's Moss complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 19 yards away. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like him? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Packers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Throwing is Jackson. Finding Gabriel complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this belongs to the Vikings.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. And in this situation with the lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll drop to throw. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 16 yards, a 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Everson Griffin, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Buying time to his left. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation.